Welcome back to the channel. This is the Iver Johnson and Cycleworks break action single shot 12 gauge shotgun. There's a lot of these manufactured, and I just thought that this is somewhat of a rare gun and more of an antiquity. It'd be more interesting to give a slight overview of it. And we're going to start off with how this firearm works. So because this is a break action, there is a lever right here that you'll want to use. What you'll do is you just push that and it breaks away, hence the term break action. You'd load a shell into the barrel or into the breech, really, pull this back, then you have your hammer right here. Pull the hammer, then you pull the trigger. Now we're not going to dry fire it because I don't want to damage it. Now, Iver Johnson and Cycleworks actually has a very interesting history. There's a lot about them that a lot of people don't know, but Iver Johnson was born in 1841 in Norway. He was an extremely skilled gunsmith by trade, and he did that for a very long time, up until he moved to the United States in 1863. He worked in the United States for a long time, working by himself as an inventor and a gunsmith. But he eventually merged with a fellow gunsmith by the name of Martin By, which eventually formed the Martin, or I can't remember the name, I think it was the Johnson By and Company. And while their factories and their business was booming, they mainly focused on revolvers at that time. Unfortunately, Iver Johnson died in 1895 of tuberculosis. So, with new leadership and management with the business and with production, they briefly expanded into new markets such as motorcycles, bicycles, and so on. But as the economy changed and with the breakout of World War I, they mostly expanded back into firearms, especially during the Great Depression, as robberies, homicides, and everything was ramping up because people were desperate. Firearms was definitely an industry that people preferred, to focus on, because it was a need to have. As World War II had came around, really their designs and their innovations had kind of sizzled out, so to speak. So really there was nothing new to these weapons. So take this gun, for example, this shotgun. This could be a 1902 model, but in reality, it was manufactured in 1943. There's no differences between the older models and the newer models. And so, designs and innovations slowly trickled out because of everything going on. And eventually, they sizzled out. I know in the 90s, they were bought out by another firearm corporation, but they're now defunct, as far as I know. But, yeah, guys, I just thought I'd share the video and give a nice piece of history towards this firearm and its company and its gunsmith, as that is a very interesting piece of history right here. I don't know the exact date this was manufactured. However, all I do know is that it is decently old, and it's seen some better days. It needs some new work, especially around here. The stock is kind of loose. The barrel could use a little work. It's got a little bit of pitting and rust. You can't see it on camera, right along here. And definitely the trigger guard. The trigger guard needs to be reworked. There's two different sets of screws where a previous gunsmith has worked on this and did a terrible job. And also the screw here, you can't see it on camera either. Did an absolutely terrible job. Pretty much ruined the head of the screw. That's going to be drilled out. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and I appreciate the views, and I hope to make more videos, and you guys can watch them. I'll see you later.